Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to this another beautiful day in Toronto. Bit overcast, but as long as it's not raining and it's not snowing, I'm a happy guy. So, let's talk about growth. How we can grow. Growth in a mindset and how to attract it to us through the law of attraction. On this channel, we talk about anything and everything that makes us freaking awesome human beings. Anything less than that is not welcomed. Have you guys heard of Viktor Frankl? Do you know who he is? He's a guy who wrote this amazing book, Man's Meaning, Search for Meaning in Life. This guy this is what he discovered. It's actually amazing. He was put into a German death camp, his whole family. Most of his family were killed, and they spared him for doing some experiments on him. And this is what he realized. This is ingenious. This is what he realized. He was in this death camp and he's looking at all these people. Some of them are acting like animals, and some of them are acting like saints. And everybody has the same constant, like everybody was in this same prison, and everybody was facing the same circumstances, and some were happy under the circumstances, and some were really upset and really mad, acting like animals. So he was wondering, why is this happening? Most of them were going to be killed, obviously, understandable, but everybody had the same constant. Everybody was under the same level playing field. Then what happened was they took him to do some experiments on him. Some of his families were killed, but they were doing experiment on him. And while they were doing experiment on him, he realized between what happens to us, the stimulus, and our response to the stimulus is that little gap. So here's the stimulus and the response. There's this gap. And in that gap, there's freedom, the power to choose. In that choice lies our growth, our sadness. In other words, our growth lies in that area. So this is what he realized. And that growth, that space, consists of self-awareness, imagination, consciousness, and independent free will. So now think about this. While they're doing experiment on him, the stimulus, and his response to the stimulus, how he imagined and thought about what he could do at that moment. And this is what he did. He could act like an animal, or he could use that little time that he has, that space, to make himself better. And so what he did was he was imagining that this atrocity that was happening to the Jews will never happen to anybody else ever in this world. And what he realized was he started imagining lecturing to the world how this would never happen to anybody else ever in this world. And when he started lecturing it in his mind, practicing it, and making it so real that his world became that. And this is what he realized. When your world becomes that what you think of, in that moment, it actually becomes real to you. And when it becomes real to you, you start attracting it to you through law of attraction. Think about that. So, how can we use this information in anything in life? Between what happens to us, the stimulus, and our response to the stimulus, there is that little space. And in that space lies your freedom, the power to choose. Be aware of what your choices are. Be conscious. Imagine what you want. You have that independent free will. And guess what? When you actually start practicing that in your life as you know it now, as I know it, will change. Think about what I just said. That space, the stimulus, and our response to the stimulus, there is a choice. There is this power. And it is called the last freedom of any human being. Nobody can take that away from you except you yourself. Think about that. Never ever give away your power to anybody. Never. I think this is an amazing lesson. When I read this, I had to read it 10 times to get it into my head. And it makes total sense. Total sense. Think about what I just said. If we actually do this, our life as we know it today will change. Mine has. Now, it is not easy. It is hard. But little by little, when we start taking these little things in a tiny, tiny steps, our life will change. Then it becomes second nature, then it becomes our habit. And those habits are not hard to, they are very hard to break. Think about what I just said. Try it. I want you to try it. When you do this, your life will change. Mine has. And I'm still learning every day. So live consciously, with purpose, in the moment, and with freaking passion. Till next time, my friends. Till next time. Go design your life. Don't let the world create it for you. You create it. You've got the power. And I just gave you the power. If you do this, your life will change. Guaranteed. Till next time, my friends. Till next time.